Many very important words, thoughts I've heard already on the session before, and just it's always very, I don't know, difficult how to start it, what to say, how to think what should happen. And so when I was, I don't know, preparing to this conference, we just put information about leasing, that it's paperless and that you can sign it remotely. And there was some kind of answer post that, is it rocket science? Is it really so difficult and important? And yeah, the question is, it's not a rocket science anyway, but then the next question, or I don't know, remark is, so if it's not a rocket science, none of Polish leasing companies sign leasing contracts remotely using a qualified electronic signature. Of course, they do sometimes, but they do it big contracts with some corporate customers. But what we think and what we are doing now is thinking about doing this on a mass criteria, on a mass customers. And that's something really very important, because when we think about mass business, when we think about business that we would like to do with our SME customers, we should answer the question they ask or they are asked. And what the question are? The question is, what about tax revenue office? If I sign it electronically, would it be good? Would it be valid? And so on. What about my accountancy services? What about, I don't know, how I should archive these papers? So that's really important for SME and for mass customers. The next is how much it will cost. And at the end of the day, there is something really very, very important. I have no many time as a business entrepreneur. My business is not electronic signature. My business is, I don't know, to do some trucks delivery, to do some, I don't know, plant services, but not the electronic signature. So the process should be fast. The process should be really good. The process should be valid. Also, why it's so important when you are talking about leasing business? Because leasing business needs very, let's say, strict information about signature. Only wet signature or qualified signature can be accepted, because otherwise lease contract is not valid anymore. So what we put on table, what we would like to answer is how to make this contract possible with one contract with customer, that we can, I don't know, support customer with qualified signature certificate and to sign lease agreement at the same time. So the next was that we know that we should connect few systems. It's not only our system, it's also system of our partners, ISECO data system, who provide a customer with a qualified identity, with qualified signature, and can help customer to sign lease contract during or lease contract or also next contract. So it is very important that this certificate has to be issued in several minutes. It cannot take hour, 2 or 3. It has to be issued at the same meetings when we are talking about lease contract, about lease condition. We still should remember that our aim is not to have electronic signature. Our aim, what we would like to do with customer, is to sign a lease contract, is to sign an agreement that customer can use a car or customer can use a plant. So that's the next. And at the same time, we have to explain customer what is qualified signature, what is qualified certificate, how we can work with this. So the next is that when we already propose to customer the conditions of lease contract, when we explain customer what's going on about the qualified certificate, about the qualified signature, how he can get all these apps, applications to do it, and then we send to customer contract, or we just make it available for customer and make it ready to sign. So we spend some time just to make it ready for our people, our sales forces, but also for our SME clients. And now I would like to show you few slides. These slides are in Polish, but it shows how the systems are connected. So now you can see that we can choose in the same system if we sign it on wet sign, I mean the paper sign, or it would be electronically. So when it's electronically, we don't print these papers, so paperless, but we just use e-signature just to go forward. And from that time, because this is our, let's say, system that we produce lease contracts, and then we have to switch into the system which is visible for customer, which customer can access and can sign lease contract over there. So then we send customer information that on the special portal, we call it e-book. It's something like electronic customer service platform that customer can sign contract over there. That contract is already available. Customer client can take all papers, all these documents on his IT system, on his laptop, check it, send it to his, I don't know, legal advisor, and check if all the conditions are already the same as he agreed. And then he can say, okay, I am fine with this, then I will sign it. And then we just show to customer all this information that it's really necessary to make this contract valid. What is also very important is that we say it's lease contract, but it's not only the lease contract. We should think about many different things which are necessary to make this lease contract possible to go live. So what I mean, it's not only lease contract, but we should think of some collateral. If the bill of exchange can be signed or not, of course not, but if some other collaterals can be signed. The next is, what about insurance? The next is, what about the information that, for example, registration office will require to register car? So we should take in our mind all these things to do a lease contract. And if it's already ready, and if it's ready to sign, then customer has information. You can sign now this information and confirm that you agreed on that. And from that moment, customer can switch into Asseco system, simple sign, to sign it electronically. As it was shown already before, customer has already this access to simple sign because he was already certified at the same meeting. So we explain how to be certified and how to sign a lease contract. And then customer gives credentials, not gives, but put these credentials into Asseco system and put PIN, put information just to make this contract valid and to sign it. And when he signed already lease contract in this electronic customer office, he can see it because it is still there. There is a lease contract, there are some insurance information, but also we support customer with some, for example, invoices and other information that he can find on that day and next days in this system. So at the end of the day, we send information to customer that your contract is signed. We'll do it really immediately just to have it valid. What is also very important that we prove as a leasing company that this contract is valid. So if tax revenue office is asking, or I know some legal court, anyone other office is asking about validity of this contract, we do not have any problem to confirm its validity. So the information is that we can do it really fast And how we do it, you can see it here. So we start in this medium. In this medium, we prepare information, we prepare offer for customers, and then we go to this upper line. And the upper line is the system that we, prepare or this simple sign and certified information and certified qualification for a customer. And then when customer is already certified, we come back to lease contract. And then downside, you can see that we just signed the lease contract with customer and that we put it again into this electronic system. So it's easy, but we have to convince customer that it's really important that he can do it. I was just thinking, why all of this? How we can convince customer what to do that he would like to, to go through this process with electronic identification, with electronic signature, that he would like to use it. And I know you can have many answers and many questions and next questions and next answer. Say for the important is how to make it fast. That's the first. How to make it cheap, because that's the next. Should I go a few kilometers or should I go few hours just to sign contract? Or I can do it remotely. I can sign it at home in the evening and so on. Business interaction, business meetings are still very important, and they still will be. But we should concentrate on business talks. We should concentrate on business, how to do business, what are important, I don't know, rental installments, the cost of insurance, and not we should spend a lot of time just to, I don't know, preparing papers and signing these papers. So why all of this? Because we as a leasing company with our clients, we build a database of verified identities. With this next time, so we can repeat this process many times. We can make this contract remote. We can make it this execution with any other related issues. The next is that we use safe tools, that we work with companies that provide us with best-in-class tools, and we care about environment. So this why is paperless. So rid of paper, it's really cheap, it's paperless. We think about environment and what about us, and we think about validity, how to prove it, how to give customer legal evidence that what he signed is really, really very good. So that's the answer. So the question, is it the rocket science? I think not. Is it difficult at the beginning? Yes. Can we do it? Of course. So as we see, simple, personal, fair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I ask you for a question?
Of course.
For something, because we show 9 steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too much.
Yeah, but of course it is. But the steps are even more. But it's very important which are the steps that customer can go through. And for customers, there are only, I don't know, 3-4 steps.
Yeah.
It's not so much, because I don't know, you have to put your credentials like you do it in a bank system, and then you put your PIN, and then you have contract signed. Of course, first you have to read. So one of the steps is to read contract, and the last step is that you see this contract in the system, that you know, okay, it's signed, it's there.
Ah, okay. So it's waiting. My car is waiting outside. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Almost. Yeah, almost. Yeah, almost.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Szanowni Państwo, dear viewers, Mariusz Włodarczyk, Managing Director, Santander Leasing Poland. We are in a second part of our conference. We are focusing on practical application of trust services.